Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom. On today's show, Duane Toews visits with Ray Acevedo about drones and technology and how they're used in agriculture today. Then enjoy this week's Kansas soybean update. Next, Kyle Bauer and Forrest Bueller talk about Kansas mediation services and what they offer. Then it's this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update, and we'll end with Plain Talk featuring Kyle and Duane. Stay with us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Up first, Duane Toews and Ray Acevedo talk about the use of drones in the agriculture industry.
Duane Toews joining you once again here on Ag AM in Kansas, and an opportunity to catch up with Ray Acevedo with TopCon. And Ray, you have done awful lot of work in terms of utilizing drones and technologies. When we think about where we're at in technology use in agriculture, we're really on the cusp of some very exciting times.
That's exactly right, Duane. Right now, basically where the technology is at, we are having platforms, drone platforms, that can have longer endurance, longer flight times to go address different crop situations like nitrogen stress, or go out to the pasture and find where your cattle are at, count them, and also be able to help us tell if they have any illnesses. And what's really coming along is the intelligence inside these drones, the artificial intelligence programmed by humans who are experts in the field.
We think about the opportunities and what that really means for us in terms of efficiency and time management. It'll be unparalleled.
That's exactly right, Duane. Probably the biggest area where drone technology can save us in ag is in our response to problems. It's that time and logistics management. Knowing if you got a cow sick out there, or if they have calving going on, or if you have nitrogen stress or sulfur stress or bugs happening throughout your crop field. Telling you ahead of time, giving you the alert and ample response time to address the issue before you actually have a loss.
We've talked about in agriculture utilizing technologies. It really is, though, changing where you refer to artificial intelligence, somebody that's writing that code and allowing these machines to make decisions for us.
That is correct. The thing that I can say that will actually put some comfort in people's minds is that nowadays the people who are writing the code aren't just programmers over in Silicon Valley. They're actually experienced agronomists, ranchers who actually started to get coding capabilities and teaching the machine themselves on how they would address that particular issue in the field. So it's almost like you got an expert agronomist working with you right then and there.
We think about the opportunity and advancement. It all is still regulated to a degree, and that gives consumers and the general public some safety assurance as well.
That's correct. There's actually a lot of regulation going into dealing with the drone technology, dealing with the FAA. It's ensuring that each flight, each craft is up to spec, can fly beyond line of sight with new regulations that may be on the horizon, ensuring that people aren't flying over populated areas. And so that way, when those drones go off and fly, we have a much greater probability of uptime, basically meaning they always come back home, nobody gets hurt in the process, and we get the actionable information we need.
As we look forward, Ray, where do we go from here?
To me right now, where I think we should go is actually start connecting devices, this idea of IoT, Internet of Things, connectivity. Drone information is great, but it's only streaming directly to the user beside the field. What if we connect the drone to the sprayer, to the tractor, to the computers back home, to your iPhone while you're driving down the road, giving you information what's happening across all these devices, so you actually have improved connectivity and response time to what's going on your farm.
Our thanks to Ray Acevedo joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, will send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas soybean update.
To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agamnkansas.com.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Are your cows practical or profitable? If you want them to be both, come to the Dale Banks Angus Bull Sale Saturday, November 17th near Eureka, Kansas. Selling 140 yearling and coming 2-year-olds who have spent their days on the rugged pastures of the Flint Hills. For 114 years, the Perriers have been focused on providing hard-working, balanced trait bulls for progressive cattlemen nationwide. Make plans to join us November 17th or pre-register to bid online. For more information and to view our catalog, visit www.dalebanks.com.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Soybean Update.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Doug Bounds, Kansas State statistician for USDA's National Ag Statistics Service, joins us. Doug, several reports have come out recently that include crop progress, fall harvest, and state soybean production. So what have we seen with regards to the state soybean harvest this season?
The Kansas Crop Progress and Condition Report for the week ending October 14th showed that Kansas soybean condition rated 4% very poor, 10% poor, 32% fair, 43% good, and 11% excellent. It also showed that soybeans dropping leaves was 87%. That's behind 92% last year, but near the 5-year average of 86%. Soybeans harvested was at 16%, behind 32% last year and a 5-year average of 33%.
Doug, we also had a report come out from USDA concerning crop production for this year as well, what they expect it's going to be, as well as the stock report, too.
That's right. Based on October 1st conditions, Kansas soybean production is forecast to be a record 198 million bushels, and that's 3% higher than last year. We're looking at harvesting 4.71 million acres, which is down 8% from last year, and we're looking at a yield to be forecasted at 42 bushels an acre. That's up 4.5 bushels from last year. We turn to the grain stocks report from September 1. Old crop Kansas soybeans stored in all positions on September 1st totaled 18.5 million bushels, 26% higher than last year. The on-farm stocks were 3.3 million bushels, and that's up 106% from last year, while the off-farm stocks at 15.2 million bushels were up 59% from last year.
Doug, the Agricultural Resource Management Survey will be coming out this fall, and soybeans will be a target commodity on this.
We're conducting the second phase of the 2018 Agricultural Resource Management Survey, and we're doing that in conjunction with the Economic Research Service, and we'll be collecting soybean production practice information through early December. This survey will provide important data on nutrient and fertilizer use, tillage practices, pesticide application, and pest management practices on Kansas soybean acres.
All right, Doug, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Greg.
That is Doug Bounds, Kansas State statistician for USDA's National Ag Statistics Service, who joins us on the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Hope you enjoyed this week's Kansas Soybean Update. Stay with us after the break for more as Kyle Bauer visits with Forrest Bueller about Kansas Mediation Services.
What if sustainability were synonymous with U.S. soy? If energy efficiency, water quality, and soil health help define U.S. soy's value, that future is here, the time is now. To meet end-user demands, the Soybean Checkoff is committing to sustainability that's achievable, worthwhile, and enduring. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
All over the country, More and more communities are making the change to biodiesel made from U.S. soybean oil, and the decision continues improving the health and welfare for millions of Americans while adding billions to our national economy.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well on their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, and we're glad to answer and work with you.
Kim Mandarin with Hardy Insurance. I'm here to help you with all of your farm and ranch needs. When it comes to protecting your operation and your family, you need a name you can trust at a price you can afford. Call me today or visit hardyaviationins.com.
This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
Now we learn more about Kansas Mediation Services with Kyle Bauer and Forrest Bueller.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I get to visit with Forrest Bueller. He is staff attorney for Kansas Mediation Services. Kansas Mediation Services more or less have been around for quite a while, but let's remind people of the services that are available.
Since about 1988, we have had mediation services where mediators will sit down with a producer and their lenders is what we mostly do, and to kind of improve communication, to clarify issues and look for options. And part of that in terms of our success over the years is making sure that parties are well prepared for mediation. So we have some what we call support services to help with that process. We have both farm financial counseling through a program here at K-State called the K-State Research and Extension Farm Analyst Program. And they have analysts that will go out to your farm, sit down with you there where your records are in the confidentiality of your kitchen or home, and look at the numbers to see basic profitability of your operation, as well as feasibility of different options that you might be considering to work out of a situation or to transition to another type of operation or to restructure your debt or your operation. And so it's a very valuable tool for very small cost to do that. We also have legal assistance available to help producers and other parties to the dispute kind of get an idea of what their legal options are, understand their rights as well as their obligations, so they can go into a negotiation with an objective viewpoint and to make sure that they are on a level playing field with both parties to the mediation. And so mediation, farm analyst work, and legal assistance are the basic services that we've offered for that period of time.
Now, is that analysis only available if a person is in dispute with their lender, or is it available to other people as well?
Our grant basically covers disputes between lenders and agricultural credit situations. However, they can also receive assistance through a farm analyst by paying a private fee for that program as well. And so what we encourage folks to do is to come and call us, and as soon as possible. We're not really a situation where we all want to work with distressed farmers all the time. And as much ahead of time that you can do to look at your situation, the more time you have to consider options, is much better for trying to figure something out. And so we encourage people to call us sooner than later and not wait till the last minute to do that.
And certainly you've been at this a long time. You've seen a lot of operations, and what might be unique to one operator is something you may have seen many, many times.
There are similarities and commonalities to different types of operations, and the unique thing about the analysts that we work with and the program that they use is it takes in a wide variety of enterprises, from livestock to crops to side entities like custom harvesting or things like this. And so there's a lot of flexibility in the services that we have to accommodate each individual operation and what they need in that respect.
And really quickly, if someone wants to visit with you, what's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
We have this toll-free number, 1-800-321-3276. And the last four numbers are FARM. And so if you are numerically challenged, you can remember those last four as FARM. And that's how the best to get in touch with us. We also have a website under KAMS, Kansas Agricultural Mediation Services at K-State, which is where we're based. And so they can look up that website and get our number and contact information there as well.
Visiting with Forrest Bueller. He is Chief Counsel for Kansas Agricultural Mediation Services. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Kyle. Come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.
Trust and leadership are critical to success at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center in Manhattan. Just ask Coach Bill Snyder.
People of the Regenerative Center do care about others. I've been highly impressed with those people that have that vested interest and try to help people become better. The center really is a wonderful thing here in Manhattan, first of its kind, and we're on the cutting edge of what lies ahead.
Find out more about the trusted leader in stem cell therapy at kansasrmc.com. Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Kim Mandarin with Hardy Insurance. I'm here to help you with all of your farm and ranch needs. When it comes to protecting your operation and your family, you need a name you can trust at a price you can afford. Call me today or visit hardyaviationins.com.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Farm Bureau update.
My name's Crystal Carruthers. My husband and his family farms down in Harper County, and I am on the YFNR and on the resolutions part of YFNR. I believe that Farm Bureau has been so good at just educating their members. There's a hot topic. They're amazing about finding someone that knows a lot about that topic and can come in and tell you more the ins and outs, and you're not isolated. You hear other people having the same issues or even other issues around the state that you didn't know about, and you just become more informed and you feel like your voice is heard. I've seen that a lot on resolutions. All of our submissions or policy changes came directly from members, either online or at listening posts. Small or large, no one's prioritized over one or the other. Your voice is going to be heard either way. And that's a huge voice you have through Farm Bureau, that you can actually change anything that you don't see fit or doesn't go with your values on your farm. They're so amazing about giving you the education and tools you need at what you actually need. They're not just going to sugarcoat things. They're going to give you both sides of every story so you can make an informed decision. Like, I always have that kind of friend on the farm if I ever need it, and I feel that's always going to be my Farm Bureau family.
Stay with us. We'll be back after the break with Plain Talk.
Tarwater Farm and Home has been family owned and operated since its beginning in 1978. What you need for farm and agriculture, lawn and garden, clothing and footwear, and so much more. You'll be surprised at what you'll find in this huge store. They have what you need and lots of it. So come take a look. You'll discover that customer service is first and foremost. Always has been with the Tarwaters. Tarwater Farm and Home, 4107 North Topeka Boulevard.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways. Of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
The new Better Horses Network is worldwide. Presented by Lucas Oil. Featuring worldwide radio and TV with iconic hosts like Al Dunning, Sharon Camarillo, Ernie Rodina, Lindy Birch, and Craig Cameron. With American Cowboy, Horse and Rider, Brushy Creek, Cavenders, and Ride TV. Worldwide radio and TV. The all-new Better Horses Network.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Welcome back. Now let's see what Kyle and Duane are up to on Plain Talk.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer with Plain Talk, with the man who realized the only reason his dog was bringing the ball back because he liked to watch him throw it, Duane Toews.
Have you ever wondered what a dog thinks?
Yeah, exactly. It's like guy likes throwing it, so I'll bring it back. So he gets so much
Look at
joy.
him. Look at him. If I bring this ball back, he'll throw it again.
And he gets all happy about it.
Yeah.
So he's just about making you happy.
Kind of wonder whether or not the dog or man is in control in that situation.
Well, the dog's in control. The second he doesn't bring it back,
game's over.
Game's over. I had many a dog like that.
It's amazing. We have two dogs in our house. They're both border collies. One is 3 years older than the other. And it appears that with age comes wisdom, because border collies love to run, but the older dog is starting to put on a little weight and getting smarter, and she'll run like a half a round, and the young one will run 2 rounds around the house. And then the old one just kind of fakes like she's going to go, and the young one takes off and doesn't realize the old dog's not chasing her until she gets all the way around the house again.
Now, do you think that, I'm just thinking about people here,
Yeah.
do you think that the older dog has gotten slower because he got heavier, or did he get heavier and then he's gotten slower?
He got slower. He got smarter and didn't have to run.
Yeah.
Then he got heavier.
You know, I'm really tickled about getting older.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it beats not.
Well, yeah. It's like,
not
oh
getting
my
older.
Gosh,
Ain't
I
a lot
read
of fun.
the other day that oxygen was actually poisonous.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it might take 75 to 100 years to kill you, but eventually
it's gonna get
it'll
it
get
done.
you. It'll get you.
Your fact or fiction question of the day, Kyle Bauer. Of all the national monuments in the United States, all of them are immovable. Fact or fiction?
Of all the national monuments, you would think there'd be one out there, like a train or something that would be a national monument that would be movable. I'll go with fiction.
It is fiction, and you were absolutely
Is it a train?
on the right track. It's the San Francisco cable car.
Oh, I've been on it.
Yeah?
I will tell you.
Is that something to do while you're there?
It's something to do.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. If you're in San Francisco, you got to ride the cable car.
Well, when you're as out of shape as I am, you're going to ride the cable car because you're not going to walk up and down all them hills.
I will tell you, it's embarrassing. First of all, my wife is a walker. And so I have learned after all these years, I'm okay with it. But those hills are so steep.
Yeah.
You don't walk up them on a busy street because the shame is so bad.
When you're hunched over gasping for air.
Or you take 10 steps and then you take another picture.
Yeah.
You know, you have to turn.
Time for a selfie.
Time for another
I'm out of
picture.
breath.
And it's like, it's just embarrassing. You know, the first block, it's like, oh. And the thing is you look over there and it's like, well, it's not that steep. You know, you're down at Fisherman's Wharf. Motel's only 4 blocks that way. And it's like,
Took me an hour and a half to get there.
Oh, it's embarrassing how bad that is.
Why would they build on a terrain that was that abrupt?
Well,
because it was there and available?
I think it originally started when they had the gold rush and they had the bay,
right.
And they didn't build up there. They just built, and then things got a little popular, and the only place left to build
was right
the
next
hill.
to the water, up the hill.
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. See you next week on Farm Factor.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.